Hello and welcome to the trade setup. In this video we are looking at RCAT. This was an update request from one of the followers, and I just want to remind you all that anyone can make requests of stocks to be covered, and I will most likely cover them, especially if there is an actionable trade setup to be followed. Now on this chart we still need quite a lot of confirmation. This still needs to prove itself, as I mentioned I believe in the previous video as well. And here we are focusing, of course, from the all-time low on the uptrend that developed, that could still develop and would need to actually create a more significant trend. And here we are tracking at best a leading diagonal that is still in development. And in this case we have a wave 1 up, a wave 2 down, and in this third wave to the upside we have a wave A that possibly completed. The A wave could be a 3-wave move, it could also be a 5-wave move, so we cannot know at the moment if it is complete or not, because we could still be open to the idea to still form another high in this area within the same A wave. But then if it completed, we could already retrace in a B wave in the area between $4.2 down to the $1 level at the 78.6% retracement, and still have high probabilities for a reversal to the upside in a C wave. Now, without focusing too much on which interpretation we are in, we will track both scenarios. And yeah, as I said, in the white scenario, we have the A wave complete, where we are looking here for an ABC that is developing to still take us lower into the support zone in white. Then we do also have the yellow interpretation, in which we have again a leading diagonal in a wave A, but here we have a wave 1 up, a wave 2 down, a third wave up, a fourth wave possibly complete. We did reach the 38.2% retracement at $5 and created a decent reaction to the upside. Now this structure is quite choppy, and it is unfortunate that we are once again tracking a leading diagonal, because it is formed of an ABC, and the A wave again could be a 3-wave move, could be extremely choppy. We could count this even as a 5-wave move in another leading diagonal in a wave A. This chart is overall very choppy. Its entire structure seems to be forming constantly these type of movements, and doesn't seem to want to stop. But if we actually manage to hold here after this wave A a support in a wave B here, we could be tracking a C wave to the upside, where we should have a 5-wave move. I mean, we will have a 5-wave move confidently, and possibly it won't be an ending diagonal, and we might be able to track it as an impulse, in which case we could see much better structure and much better entry opportunities, but we are far from any confirmation of that happening. And then again, this wave 4 is still allowed to extend down to $2.5 at the 61.8% retracement level. Now personally, I would prefer for this wave 4 to have bottomed here, because if it didn't, it would mean that we are still within the wave 4, and it's already dragged out significantly for this to be an ABC and still match a wave 4 for such a wave 2. And then if we actually reach the white support zone, I will most likely shift focus to the white interpretation, where we have a B wave complete here, and we would be tracking a C wave to the upside. Now that isn't necessarily bad, because if we don't get a C wave from this ABC, we still get a C wave from here that we can still track as a 5-wave move, and we may complete it as an impulse. We may have some decent opportunities for entries in this area. Now, we do have this resistance zone in red that would be an indication on where we expect to push past to confirm that this isn't just an overshooting wave B, and where we would expect to find resistance that would push us lower. Now so far we only reached the second level, and we did get quite a significant reaction here. I would say that it is still very likely to go even lower from the current prices, but it isn't necessarily in this C wave to the downside. I am decently optimistic of the idea that this could still turn into an ABC to the upside that we will be tracking here in yellow, and we will have a mini support zone for this area between the levels at $8.6 down to $5.7. Now, as you can see, it heavily overlaps with the larger support zone in yellow, and that is why I actually didn't focus on this too much in the previous video. I would say that we have a chance to still push up directly, but that would be pretty heavily influenced by the idea that we don't actually break below, ideally this level, but this level at around $7.9 would be pretty crucial, I think, and if we break it, we will most likely go even deeper and form a larger ABC in this area. And yeah, I know it isn't much to go on because it is quite close to this low, but considering that we didn't even hold the 78.6% retracement for the idea of this being an ABC or something like that, unfortunately there isn't much to go on. A first indication would be here at this low at around the $8.30 level, at the 78.6% retracement of this larger movement. But I think we also may have here, possibly could be developing here, a 1-2-1-2 setup that could allow us to push further to the upside, and then we would need to hold our latest low. We did reach the 78.6% retracement, and that would be even an even earlier indication, breaking this, that we are going still lower. Now, if I were to look on the slightly larger scale here, and let's move to the 4-hour, for an ABC in this area, considering the B wave topped, and let's even add this movement to the chart, I would be looking to not, well, firstly, in this B wave, if it continues to the upside, to not break the $11.5 level, and if it pushes directly to the downside, I would be looking for an ideal target at around $6.3. Now, I wouldn't be surprised to find pretty strong support here at the 61.8% retracement, which is the golden ratio at $6.8, where we did also have some previous support and even started this strong movement to the upside. And for now, these are the levels. This is the trade setup. I hope you enjoyed the video and the update. And if you did, don't forget to subscribe and let me know what else you want me to cover. And I'll do my best to do that in the days and weeks ahead. And until then, I hope you have a nice day and I hope to see you in the next video. Bye bye.